Coffee and Pan Dulce. How's that? Coffee and Pan Dulce.
Barb Bacon, and I'm a community advocate here in South Charlotte. If I had my buttons on today, it would be, let's get some gun control. I'm tired of looking at the news and seeing this. Black Lives Matter in honor of our friend Joel. And let's have equal rights for everybody.
Hello, this is Jenny-Jaymes Gunn. I am a community advocate here in Charlotte, North Carolina for LGBT women's rights with the National Organization for Women, gun sense laws with Moms and Men Action, and anything that extends equity to all. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Christian Cano. You're the co-host. My buttons are Moms and Men Action, gun sense legislation, healthcare for all, Medicare for all, and also in my heart, Black Lives Matter on behalf of Joe Oldham, who's a guest of ours who passed away last year. That's it.
Good morning, everybody. It is Coffee Pan Dulce time, December 18th.
Yeah.
And also, this is my favorite show of the year. I look forward to it every year. And this is Christian and Jenny, by the way, but it is the Festivus Show. The Festivus for the rest of us. And I will be airing my grievances.
Yes.
I may do it hairstyle. I'm speaking. But it's I got a lot of grievances this year. Jenny Claus is I even wore my red shirt. You know, I'm Santa's naughty sister. But anyway, we do have some coffee time, and I don't know. I'm excited. I'm not excited for Christmas because I'm never excited about Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the year to be over.
Yeah. So
I know that sounds bad, but I really, I'm ready for 2025. And not that I had a bad year. Personally, I had a great year. Yeah. Country, not so much.
Yeah.
But, right now, I'm going to focus on myself because, 2025 may be a little bit of a dumpster fire. It's definitely going to be a comedy.
Yeah. We'll get through it.
Romantic company.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Hello.
All right. So, as Jenny said, welcome everyone. Thank you, Jenny. Welcome everyone to Coffee Pan Dulce. I'm Christian Cano. Thanks for those who watch us and those who listen to us on your favorite audio podcast platform. I'm Christian Cano. Jenny Gunn is Jenny introduced you to. I'm kind of still reeling from our, those who watch us and listen to us know that we tape her show, Two Careers in a Truck, before this one, and we kind of went off on. You have to watch it. It was actually kind of funny.
To be transparent, all the notes I had, I didn't cover one.
You didn't cover one thing. You went completely off script. All right.
We have off-camera conversations.
Yeah.
And in true disclosure, if you're watching or listening to this for the first time, Christian and I are really close friends off camera. We're more like siblings than we are. We're family. We love. We laugh, we fight, we joke, we do all the things. We even try to make tamales every once in a while. And so we have a lot of off-camera conversations, and we started today's recording, with a conversation, which I haven't done before. But I literally just said, let's just segue right into this, because it was actually a pretty good conversation. Thought-provoking, which is rare for us here. But we just had a whole show of just basically a conversation. No topics.
That's right. And we'll probably do it the same on this show too. So today's episode, as Jenny was mentioning, today's episode is our annual The Festivus Show. Festivus Show 2024. Jenny looks forward to this show all year long so she can share her grievances. I look forward to it because we don't have an aluminum pole. I guess I should have gotten an aluminum pole. We're also supposed to share like miracles or something. I'll read you what is all involved. It's a non-commercial holiday, the Festivus celebration. So those who enjoy celebrate Festivus will kind of understand kind of the humor. But before we do that, let's jump directly into Barb's current events.
And this is Barb's current events.
All right, here we go, Jen. I got 3 of them. So there is an article that is said that one of the things that they're really looking forward to, I think it was, I'm trying to remember, I don't know if it's Politico or what news organization. Anyway, they're talking about they're ready for, they calling it Crazy Town. Elon Musk, what was her name? Nikki Haley Jr., Elon Musk, Nikki Haley Jr., and MTG will be working side by side for the Department of Government Efficiency. It's called what? Go for, that whatever the acronym is they're using, they're going to be like anyway, they said you can't put these 3 crazy personalities together and expect it's going to be crazy what they're proposing. And so, the Nikki Haley Jr. is recommending that we cut 75% of the postal workers when they already have a hard time. Anyway, that's the first thing. The second thing is there was another article that came out that said that the Democrats are progressives' biggest ally might be someone we never even expected. The newly elected Senate Majority Leader, John Thune, who's a Republican from South Dakota, may actually help Democrats more because he wants to not speed things up like Trump wants to. And if they don't get all the things they want to in the first year, they're probably not going to accomplish anything in the first year because then you have elections the next year. So I want to hear what you have to think about that one. And then the last one is talking about postmasters. If anyone knows the Postmaster General who was appointed by Trump, he has been on the list for a lot of people they want to get rid of him, but they have never had enough of the president can't fire him. It's like a board that's appointed by the president. Well, Biden has now appointed more supporters of people who want to get rid of him, but there's still a couple of supporters who don't really want to get rid of him. Well, he was in front of the House committee. They were talking about why postal services are so slow. And he actually got into an argument with a Republican on the postal committee, and he was saying, postal mail is coming so slow, and all of the things you're doing. The guy went like this and said, "I'm not listening to you." I mean, this is like really crazy like stuff. And so I don't know if you heard about that, but I think this is going to doom him because it was one thing when you pissed off the Democrats, but now when you piss off the MAGA people too, they may be coming after you. So anyway, that's the 3. There's a fourth one about is there a back door at the Alamo, but I won't go into that one. So Jenny, what do you think?
That may be a whole episode.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, if there was a back door, why didn't they take it?
Exactly.
But just watch the other show. You'll find out why, especially towards the end. No pun intended. But first of all, we've been coming for Louis DeJoy, the postmaster.
Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah, whatever. What?
Yeah, that's his name.
And here's the truth. First of all, it's snail mail. Mm-hmm. Almost nobody uses snail mail. The only people that use snail mail are grandmas and bill collectors. Mm-hmm. There we go. Mm-hmm. And politicians when they send out their postcards on both sides.
That's right.
I get 19 or 20 postcards a month during election season, and 99.9% of them go in the special round file, and the trash man comes gets them. So, truthfully, here's the thing, is that the postal system is an antiquated system that's been built on philosophies that are hundreds of years old. And when you do that, just like our voting system, the way we vote, all that was built around a specific time, and the technology has not improved much. And why in the world we can't vote on our phones and why we need a mail system is beyond me. But here we are. Second of all, this whole crazy efficiency council is just for idiots to have a platform to say idiotic things.
Sure.
And I'm talking about Sissy SpaceX, Nikki Haley Jr., and MTG. Three of the biggest morons in American history that are not going to be, and Alamo's going to be remembered a lot longer than these three chuckleheads are going to be remembered. First of all, they're an embarrassment in their own right in every way. I mean, MTG is going to be wine drunk every other day that she's on this committee. And as you go, give me the good stuff, not the screw top stuff. And I mean, because she said that on a hot mic. And you know, you got her walking around like a little angry man. And, and then Sissy SpaceX and Nikki Haley Jr. They're just weird. They're just they're gonna sit around, count their money, go, maybe we'll do something. We'll talk about a lot of stuff. And in 4 years, we'll have a concept and a plan right before we get voted out. Or actually, they're just going away. And so it's the most useless, asinine. They're not going to get any of the crazy stuff passed. Every little cockamamie, evil genius scheme where they're laughing like a Bond villain and stroking.
Yeah, because they have no authority. Yeah, exactly.
They got nothing to say. And it's just, I'm sure it's an ego stroke for a muskrat to think he's basically the real vice president or some kind of weird little Nazi position. But honestly, at the end of the day, he's nothing. He has no real power, except he can go golfing with Dumpster. So that's all I got to say on that. And then I don't remember what the third one was.
The other one was they're suggesting that the new Senate Majority Leader John Thune may be a surprising may help slow down Trump things more than people expect.
Well, and also too, there's the filibuster in play. Because they for the last 4 years have used it. There's going to be and John Thune that he doesn't have the typical Dakotas type extremism. He's in the Senate, so the Senate tries to stay above the fray of the white trash House of Representatives and the Republicans over there that MTG and Matt eight-head Gates is a. You think about the creepers and failures in the House, and you look at the Senate, and you go, "What a difference!" But John Thune is not necessarily. I mean, he's not a progressive, but he's also like, some of this stuff I'm not down for, and you're not going to see. From what I understand, he's very matter of fact. He's very businesslike. He comes in, does a job, and leaves. Because that's what the Senate typically does. They're the upper chamber. And so I think you're going to see just more of the same. I mean, the split's about the same. They got a slight edge. We had a slight edge. They didn't really, the Senate just goes, we're just going to keep this on the rails while the House burns down and the presidency burns down. We're just going to kind of hang out here, approve a few things, vet a few people. Make fun of the House and MTG, screaming at the top of their lungs, wine drunk, come get you some. And it's really, it's about all the Senate does. But they'll block all the Trump agenda. Nothing's going to happen.
Well, that's what they're suggesting, that because one of the things that he wants to do is he wants to break the stopgap bill or whatever has to be passed, the budget or whatever. He wants to break that separate from the border, and the House wants to combine them together because they know if they're separate, the border thing will not pass. So they're trying to combine it with, and John Thune is saying, no, they need to be separate. The budget needs to be separate and the border needs to be separate. And that's what dooms it. And so, all of this stuff he wants to do with the border, they're suggesting that's never going to happen. Anyway, and I know you talk about it in your show. We kind of did that like off topic and stuff. All of this stuff that one of the reasons I'm looking forward to 2025 so much is because I want to be able to sit back and eat popcorn and enjoy the MAGA extremist and the people that voted for him looking at nothing getting done. In a bizarre way, there's a little bit of deliciousness, the saying, you're still the same way.
Well, here's the thing. Nothing really got passed in 2017 and 2018.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Except the tax cut.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that's going to pass is the tax cut.
Yeah.
And just, the normal spending bills, because the Senate will get their way.
Sure.
Because the Republicans in the Senate have a modicum more common sense, and they're senators, and they're going to act as if.
Yeah.
And so they're going to cock block all the crazy that comes over from the House and the extremists over there. That's, even if it passes the House by their narrow margins, which that's a big if. There's a ton of anti-crazy Republicans in. There's just enough that they'll just vote with the Democrats and go, okay, we'll hook up your wagon. We're not going to put up with this shit. We're kind of over it. We don't want to be the laughing stock of congressional history anymore. What I think is going to happen by the end of 2025, they're going to realize they got to run again in 2026. And that MTG she's in a safe district of mouth breathers and morons.
The rest of them are going to have challenges. Yeah.
There's going to be
good point.
Enough of them that go, I could lose my job over this. I don't want to board the crazy train. I think what's going to happen, you're going to methodically, just like in the Newt Gingrich era, where you're going to go, I'm going to work with Clinton because at the end of the day, I got to get reelected. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I think you're going to see common sense kicking just enough to undermine Johnston. The Senate's going to do what they need to do to keep peace. Yeah. And Trump doesn't care. Here's the big thing, boys and girls. All you dumpster fans that think he really is going to pick up the mail, nope, he's going to keep selling $400 sneakers for as long as he's breathing. Yeah, he's going to always be scamming. Yeah, and he's going to play golf 3 or 4 days a week like he always does, and go eat some greasy cheeseburgers at Mar-a-Lardo.
Exactly. All right. Now we're going to go into the Festivus Show. That feels like part of your grievances that we just heard. So when we come back from this first commercial, we'll go directly into the Festivus Show 2024. We'll be right back on Coffee and Pan Dulce.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for watching the Florida shows. They've been wildly successful. Obviously, it's a topic that you guys have enjoyed and wanted to know more of. And we like talking about the dumpster fire. It used to be the state of Florida, and we'll probably talk about it some more this summer. Thanks for watching, y'all.
Bye, y'all. Thanks for watching.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for watching. And support local black and brown businesses, including our sponsor, Manolo Bakery. That has some fabulous pastries, food, king steaks, all kinds of specialty cakes, swallows, and much, much more. Some of the best food you eat in Charlotte, North Carolina. Again, Manolo Bakery, right here in East Charlotte. Thanks for watching.
Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for watching our Coffee and Pan Dulce show every week. Don't forget, you can watch us visually on our video podcast platforms on Facebook and YouTube, but you can also listen to us on your favorite audio podcast platforms like Apple, Amazon, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all of the other ones that your favorite, whatever your favorite is. Once again, thank you for watching us on Coffee and Pan Dulce. We'll dance out.
So we have a great fall lineup, and we encourage you to tune in to many of our fabulous shows, like our Say show, and many more things in October and November as well. Thanks for watching, as always, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, y'all. Welcome back, everyone. All right, so this is our annual Festivus Show. So just to kind of give you a little synopsis, or whatever the word is, I don't know what it is. Yeah, whatever the word is. Those who know Festivus, it was made popular by the Seinfeld show. They did it. It's a non-commercial. It's a non-commercial holiday celebration. It's as depicted in Seinfeld. It occurs on December 23rd every year. It includes a dinner. It also the aluminum Festivus pole, and where you air your grievances, and then we have a feat of strength. So if we were together, I guess we would arm wrestle or something. I don't exactly know how that. And then there's a Festivus miracle that's supposed to happen at the end of the dinner. So we don't have any of that. So I guess we can at least do the airing of the grievances. So
we're on a budget.
That's right. Exactly. So this is it should be like this is the Festivus Show 2024 on a budget.
We are bootlegged.
That's right.
Our listeners know it's not like we're gonna we're not gonna do a full dinner during the show.
Yeah,
we have made
exactly
before.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so Jenny, do you have any grievances you want to air?
We could have. We can do a whole show.
We can do a whole month. We can do a whole month of shows.
I could do Festivus, the extended edition in January, and I would not run out of grievances. I can just tell you. But first and foremost,
sure.
God, what a fucking misogynist country we live in. Like, here's the thing. And I'm talking to all the incels, the cucks out there, all the loser Republicans and MAGAs and Proud Girls. If the few of you that can stand to watch the show have gotten to this point, let me tell you something. It's not a good look to want to keep the wifey under lock and key, dummies. Mm-hmm. Your dad didn't do it either. He got backhanded too. And at the end of the day, if you are going to marry an inflatable doll, that's great. Mm-hmm. But if you want to marry a real woman with half a brain, you're going to have the other half of the brain, sweet cheeks. So stop with this anti-abortion, stop with this anti-women stuff, and get over yourselves. Because before it's too late. Because nobody wants to marry a hot mess like you. Sure. I'm going to take it local. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is about North Carolina and freeways. That fucking I-77 is a fucking mess. You talk about this. So I don't live too far with it. I moved into the what they call the North Lake area, more or less. And so we take 77 a lot to our store in Uptown in Charlotte, which is our downtown. But we call it Uptown because, it's Uptown. But which is weird. That's one of my grievances too. Is the city's growing. I mean, the county added 130,000 new citizens in the last 2 years. Mm-hmm. They've built a freeway that is meant, 77 is built for like a city of 200,000 people.
Sure.
Why that son of a bitch is not a double decker and eight lanes on each side, I have no idea. Because there is no reason for it to be so narrow. It's backed up all the time in so many exits or so many ranks.
Sure.
North Carolina, you need to get it together.
Yeah.
Either you're going to need to build more light rail here in Charlotte, build one that goes around the loop-de-loop all day long, just in one big old circle, or something. Because you guys, this 77 thing's got to go. We need a second deck. I don't care what it is. That is my local complaint. And I'll tell you what else is a complaint.
She's got more.
I've got a whole.
All right,
I could go.
Girl, we don't have a half hour on the show, so
I know. I'm almost at the end. Here's the thing, too. If you go into a Target or a Walmart or whatever, go in the right entrance. Don't walk into the exit. and jam things up and then stop in the exit and go, I can't read. Go in the entrance, idiot. Especially in Target.
That's a good one. Yeah.
It has gotten old. And if you're, I can understand a child running through the opening doors and thinking it's cute.
Sure.
But if you're 45 years old and you're gooning right in the middle of the door, the wrong thing, let me turn around. Now just come on in, dummy. You're already blocked it as people are trying to leave with their shopping carts, and especially during the holidays season. I'm at the point where I'm just going to run over you. Just so you know, my grievance is if you get in the way, Jenny's probably going to turn you into a speed bump. And it's just there's a certain point where you just lose decorum. And I went to the Midtown Target to shop for some things for the store. And I would tell you what, people are fucking stupid. They lose their mind, especially the holiday time. I don't know if it's Christmas music. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Maybe they're excited about Santa coming and getting their little red bike. I don't know what it is. They get into a Target. I think Target's one of the worst ones. And I love shopping at Target. But it's like they just get into this Shangri-La and they just looking around, not paying attention. And they do the stupidest fucking things. And just stand and block aisles. Get in, get your shit. Go buy your discount TV. Get all the stuff you want to do. Go the fucking home. Get off the streets. Don't be driving around playing on your cell phones. And by the way, shut the fuck up. Okay, I'm done.
All right. Jenny has aired her grievances, or at least as many as she can air at this moment. Happy Festivus. All right, my turn. So I was visiting family this last week in West Afghanistan, and a topic I overheard a topic that some of my family members were talking about, and I won't mention any of them, and thank goodness they don't watch the show, but somehow the topic of trans women came up in the topic. And one of the individuals said that the reason that they were against trans women was because that individual there's enough competition out there already. Why does that person want trans women for her husband to go after? All right, ladies, and I'm only using this anecdotally. If you're concerned about trans women or trans people in general, is that they're competition for your spouse, the problem is not the trans person. The problem is your spouse. I don't understand how I guess I should understand. I know you and I can talk about this all the time, and you probably have on your show before. Women feel as if though they have been programmed that other people are competition for them instead of they are worthy of certain things. Does that make sense, Jen? Okay.
And also, too,
sure.
If he's going to cheat, leave him.
That's my point. If you're, and ironically, you and I off camera and stuff, we have talked about this.
This is the same conversation when we talk about migrants. Yes, in the same chuckle fuck.
Sure,
are worried about them taking your job. Boo! You need to get a new career.
Exactly.
If somebody that does not speak the language of commerce, that trud on foot for 1,000 miles across a Mexican desert, threatens your livelihood.
Yes.
You've done a shit job.
That's one of the reasons, Jenny. So anyway, that's one of my grievances. My grievances is that there is a population of women in the United States that have been brainwashed or programmed to believe that they're not worthy of being they're not worthy. Yes, exactly.
And these are the people that are married to some schlep frog, some dude that falls asleep at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and he's farting and scratching. Yeah. But you go, honey, and there's flies circling them, and you're going, "Oh, honey, nobody's going to want to date Bubba. You're safe. Yeah. You're stuck. If anything, you're stuck with him."
Yeah. So
it's like, nobody wants your man.
That's one of the many grievances that I've had in 2024.
It's a good one.
Another grievance I have is if you're a non-MAGA Republican and you are voting for Republicans today in 2024, or you did it in 2023, in the last, I guess, 8 years, I would say, don't be upset when those of us who are trying to highlight that your party has become less about business professionals and people who want personal responsibility and rule of law. Your party has now become the party of trailer trash in the United States. And that's the only way I know how to say it, And so don't be upset when we highlight that. Don't say, oh, you're demeaning this. I'm sorry, but that's who you're attracting. And if you don't like that title, then kick them out of your party. I mean, so that's another grievance I have. I don't understand why some of these mainstream, I don't say mainstream, Republicans are getting upset. And I've had a couple of who've told me personally, who watch this show, who said, we're not all delusional. No, you're delusional because you think your party is still the same party that it was 8 years ago. It's not. And I'm just highlighting to you that this is.
Can I just add? The party. It was a shit party before. George W. Bush.
Okay. Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yep. Okay. All right. So that's the only grievances I have, so that wasn't very.
Your first one's the best.
Yeah.
I agree. I have felt a couple times, and I've been at cocktail parties.
Sure.
Where somebody's husband has flirted with me in front of their wife. This has happened multiple times.
Sure.
And I don't know if it's because I'm the forbidden fruit or because I'm different than their wife.
Sure.
Like they think we can be buddies and lovers. I don't know.
Yep. Yeah.
I don't know what, but I've noticed. So some of this, it's not unfounded fears, but every time a husband is really, really trying to put on the charm, I'm going, stay home, baby. Yeah, I don't want you. Yeah, I'm not attracted to you. For one, you're married. That's a big one. On two,
All right. Well, listen. If you like what you hear from Jenny, she does have a show that comes on an hour after the show. It comes on every Wednesday at 11:30. It's called Two Careers in a Truck. And if you listen to today's show, you will find out if there is a back door, just like there is no basement. In case you don't know this, there's no basement in the Alamo. I know Pee Wee was looking for the basement in one of his shows, to find his bike. There is a back door at the Alamo. You could take that however you want to take it, but there is a back door.
People, there was
that's right.
People that escaped the Alamo.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll deliver the message.
That's right. Yeah. We'll go. You need someone to go pick up some coffee. We'll be right back.
Yeah, we're going to get some coffee donuts. We'll be right back.
That's right. So this last commercial is about her show. We'll be right back in Coffee and Pandulce right after this.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for watching our spring shows and sticking with us. And we've got a fabulous summer lineup. I hope y'all are excited as I am. And let's enjoy our summers. Hot Girl Summer 2024. See y'all.
Woo-hoo. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Hey, I'm Christian Cano. I wanted to thank you so much for watching our Coffee and Pandulce shows. I also want to thank you so much for watching us on our video podcast, which is on Facebook and YouTube, but also for listening to us on our audio podcast shows on your favorite audio podcast platform like Apple, Spotify, Google, Amazon, Deezer, Podcast Addict, Podcast Chaser, and many more. Once again, thanks for watching us and listening to us on Coffee and Pandulce. Bye, y'all.
Up next is Two Queers in a Truck with Jenny and Christian. And hope you guys tune in. We'll see you in about 15 to 20 minutes. Thank you. Bye.
Welcome back, everyone. So don't forget to watch Jenny's show to find out if there was a back door at the Alamo. Okay, we're going to jump directly into the Pendejo Chronicles. and this is the Pendejo Chronicles. All right, today's Pendejo of the week is someone who's probably won this many, many times. It's former president and president-elect Donald Trump. So this past week, when you watch this, we taped this a week early, Trump made a statement that said that any international company that wants to do business in the United States who invest at least $1 billion in their company, he will cut out all the red tape for them to do business as an international company. Now, here's the problem with that promise. And this is why I'm so excited about 2025, because small business people who voted for Trump, people who think they're going to get jobs, manufacturing jobs, who voted for anybody who wants to start their own business, small businesses, even American businesses. Basically, what Trump is saying is if you're a Chinese company, and I'm just using them because that's who he uses as the evil person, China. If you're a China company and you invest $1 billion into a company or you want to start a company in the United States, or let's say you're a Mexican company or Argentina. Anyway, if you're an international company that wants to do business in the United States and you invest $1 billion, he will cut out all the red tape. But if you're a small business person like Jenny or anyone else, any Hispanic person, African-American person, any person, a woman, and you want to do business in the United States, you have to have all of the requirements. He is going to treat international businesses better than he is American businesses. I want you to sink that in, and that is the Pendejo of the Week. He wins the Pendejo of the Week award, and that is what people are going to find out in 2025.
Well, his son-in-law, took a couple $1 billion from the Saudi royal family.
Yep.
These guys are literally selling America like a QVC show. And
Sure.
They did it the first time. They're going to do it more the second time because it's going to be like a fire sale. And are we shocked at that one? Are we? I mean, really? Of all the things, of all the schemes, first of all, it sounds like extortion.
Sure.
Don't use my sanitation company. Accidents do happen. Like that literally sounds like something from any of the mafia TV shows and movies. Like, if you invest $1 billion, I'll hook you up. So I guess if TikTok, for example, invests $1 billion into San Diego, California, they're in.
Yeah.
No concern. It's going to be amazing how concerns of foreign competition from China and the Middle East and all of this just disappears with this scheme of if you invest $1 billion, we'll let you do whatever the fuck you want to do. We'll let you remodel Texas or drain Louisiana's swamp.
Sure. But Jenny, I think it highlights, and I know we're preaching to the choir. If you watch the show, you have an idea of what our views are. But I try to bring this kind of in a matter of fact kind of way. Just think about it logically. I know it's kind of hard for MAGA people who, which is why some of them don't actually watch our show, to think logically. But think logically. Trump says stuff, first of all, that he can't do.
Right.
There's no way he can't wipe out all of the red tape, so to speak, because he doesn't have control of what states do. So if you want to open a small business, let's say in California, he can't wipe out what California rules and laws are. And he can't wipe out and even in Texas, he can't wipe out, even though it's a red state.
But so think about this for a second.
Mm-hmm.
The whole tariff thing was to make these companies pay. Yeah. But the workaround is that they drop $1 billion in this country, like the Saudi family, the Saudi royal family that's worth $2.3 trillion or whatever. They get $1 billion, like their flash money.
Yeah, exactly.
They dump $1 billion into the country, and we're scared of foreigners, according to Republicans, because we don't want them to take over our markets and our jobs. But if you got $1 billion, fuck it. Yeah, we'll open up the gates and we'll let the Trojan horse in. Yeah. So pick a struggle, people. Pick a struggle, because it's either you got lots of money and do whatever the fuck you want, which is the system that we have now.
Sure.
Like, what exactly are you protecting our economy from? If you're going to let people come in, and you're going to, like, not only are you going to let them come in with lots of money, but you're also not going to even put any regulation or oversight on them.
So
how are you protecting us from foreign invaders?
Yeah, and also think about. I know we're kind of going a little bit off, and we got to end the show. But think about the restrictions that he may be talking about. One of the regulations when you do business in the United States is you have to hire people fairly. You can't discriminate if a person is old, if a person is pregnant, a person doesn't have transportation. You can't, these are things that you can't. So imagine a Saudi or a Middle Eastern company coming here who don't believe that women have the right to work, and they don't want to hire women in positions with that company. That is something that could hurt MAGA women. Or if you're an older white guy, they may not want to hire an older white guy, and so there are a lot of, and I know you've talked about this before. We've talked about this. A lot of the regulations and things that we have for businesses weren't just brought up by progressives; they were brought up by conservatives who got hurt on the job.
Or the TikTok hearings. How long did we go through the TikTok hearings where they grilled the CEO of TikTok?
Yeah.
You're going to be stealing secrets from a 16-year-old kid, making a music video and doing homo things. That's going to teach them a lot. Yeah. Here's the thing that gives me a red ass is that they pound the drum of xenophobia for years.
Yeah,
it's not been just recent. It's been a long time. Conservatives are just always pounding the xenophobic drum. But when this chuckle fuck, Donnie Dumpster, takes presidency, he could just say, "Come on in. I'm gonna roll out the red carpet for foreigners that have $1 billion they want to invest."
Yeah,
that's basically every oligarch on the fucking planet. That means Russian. That means Chinese. That means Middle Eastern empires. That means Norway. Anybody that wants to come in and dump $1 billion, rules be damned.
Exactly.
Where's the xenophobia?
Yeah. Well, and so that's one of the. I know I'm preaching to the choir. Jenny and I have talked about how 2024 has gone by fast, and we're ready for it to end. We're going to have a huge celebration. 2025 is if it's just 30% of how crazy Trump's first years was, this is going to be a very amusing time period. And I think that is going to, anyway, we'll see what happens. All the stuff that's going to occur from moving forward, So I just want to remind you that we have just one more show. Actually, I think we have one more show for the year. Our last show of the year, which will drop on Christmas on December 25th, would be The Imaginary War on Christmas. And that will be our last show of this year. And then we'll start our 8th season in 2025. We'll start doing our shows in 2025. And so we want to thank everyone for joining us. Jenny, you have anything you want to add before we end the show?
Republicans are really weird. I'm just going to say they are weird. And I don't know. And I know the regular rank and file Republican voters that run their hands was worried about cats and dogs being eaten in Springfield, Ohio, by whoever they were accusing. I don't even remember anymore. To go from that to just saying, "Oh, you got $1 billion and you can just walk on in."
Yeah,
it's wild to me. Like, how did they just code switch like that?
Yeah,
it just go. We're worried about people coming over our southern border. We're worried about TikTok taking over our kids and stealing secrets. But if you got enough money, first of all, that isn't much different than the way we are now. But it's just it's such a wild proposition. It's so anti everything they said in the Trump era.
Yeah. It's gonna be a very interesting 2025 for sure. All right, that's it. We'll dance out. We'll see you next week in Coffee Pan Dulce.
Happy Festivus, y'all. Bye, y'all.
Happy Festivus.
Hey, we just recorded a gem of a show, and thanks for listening to Coffee Pan Dulce. And it's a Festivus show. It's a favorite.
Yes.
It's my favorite show of the year. So I hope y'all really tune in. And we just have a great 2024. What's left of it. And happy holidays, y'all. See you. Listen to you next week. See y'all.
Happy Festivus.
See y'all.
The rest of us.
Next up, thanks for watching Coffee and Pan Dulce. Next up is Two Queers and a Truck. Stay tuned.
Coffee and Pan Dulce. How's that? Coffee and Pan Dulce.
Sounds
You
great.
sounded like a telenova. I mean,
I'm trying this. All I have to say is go. Yes.
as a non-Spanish speaker.
Here we go. Okay, Jen, I'm just going to read what Festivus is, and then we'll air our grievances.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. All right, Jen, we only have about 2 minutes left, so we're going to come
Okay.
back and immediately do the Pendejo Chronicles. Here we go.
Coffee and Pan Dulce. How's that? Coffee and Pan Dulce.